Hey y'all, welcome to Art of the Budget. My name's Nicole, my pronouns are she and her, and I live in the Pacific Northwest on what is the traditional territory of the Coast Salish nations. I'm an artist and educator currently learning about budgeting, saving, and planning for the future. Today I'm doing a collaboration. A collaboration was started by Jackie over at Jackie Collins' channel and Dawn over at Sensible Living with Money Mom. The collaboration invitation is to share 4 good or bad habits that you've picked up this year. So I wanted to share with you my 4 habits, and I actually have a bonus one because I didn't know if it was a good habit or a bad habit, although I guess a few of them might be that way. I'm going to start with my bad habits. So first of all, I kind of talked about this in a recent video, so it seemed like perfect for this collaboration, but I talked about my intentional spending and how I'm not very good at being intentional about my spending. Even though I am okay at keeping the budget, when it comes to those bigger purchases that that I've sort of put on the list and I've let simmer and I know that I really want to get them, I haven't created a way to save up for them, and instead I tend to piddle away a little bit of extra money here and there on things that I do want, but they're more immediate, but they're like cheaper. So I've been calling that kind of gaming the system being my budget. And yeah, so I'll buy plants while I'm at the grocery store, and then that kind of goes into groceries, and I kind of get away with it, but that's like $4 that I could have put toward a new camera or a new hard drive. So gaming the system is one of my number 1 bad habit that I've picked up this year. Number 2 bad habit is thrifting and garage sailing. So I do have a list of things that I like to find at thrift stores or garage sales. So things that, if I can find them cheap, I know that I'm interested in them, and that ultimately they're worth it. But man, sometimes I'm just like, I need some retail therapy, and I'll go to the thrift store. And it's a pretty bad habit because there isn't really anything that I need right now, and I do have those larger goals that I talked about, so I should probably get out of the habit of thrifting / garage sailing. Even today, I saved a little bit of money on my groceries with a coupon, but then I stopped at a yard sale on the way home, and I bought some useful things. They weren't not useful, but they weren't on my list. Okay, so I'm going to talk about some good habits now. Number 1, good habits, this is number 3 of all the habits, is so I have started to feel like I'm scraping the bottom of the barrel when I am close to the end of my budget versus previous life. And so this has been kind of going on for more than just this year, but I've really felt it this year. I would really be like, oh, I have a little bit of money. I have like $12. I could still buy this thing. And now I'm like, I've allotted my money, I've allotted my savings, and I know that I do go over my budget fairly often, but I'm like, I start to feel that level of stress then versus when I legit have no money left, which, not gonna lie, is how I used to be. It's not that I was such an overspender, but I didn't have a lot of money to work with, and I didn't have any kind of sense of what I wanted to be doing with that money. So I would say this is this really good habit that I've picked up, which is I start to feel the bottom of the barrel when I'm really just at the end of my budget versus when I really have no money. There's this Instagram account that I follow, and it's a really good account. It's personal finance, but they post really good stuff, but honestly, I just love their name so much. They're called Broke on Purpose, and that is what I think about this habit is I'm broke on purpose. So sorry, that's not my budget because it's not my budget, not because I literally don't have a penny to my name. So I'm broke on purpose. I love that, and you should totally check out that Instagram account. I'll link it down below. Okay, so the next number 4 habit and my second good habit is I take a lot of jobs. So I'm pretty maxed out on side hustles, and I mean, I really have my own personal work, my sort of commercial side of work that I could push more, but I'm pretty maxed out on side hustles. I'm going to talk a little more about that in a different video coming up into the fall quarter, but yeah, I've gotten really good at taking a lot of jobs and really raising my income. Maybe that's what I should have said. I'm getting really good at raising my income. So yeah, that's been pretty cool. So now my bonus habit, which I don't know if it's a good habit or a bad habit, or I mean, sometimes it's a good habit, sometimes it's a bad habit. And that is that I talk about money and personal finance constantly. I really think most of my friends know if they want to talk about money, they can come to me. If they want to talk about investing for retirement, like they can come to me. There certainly are a lot of things that I don't know, especially when it comes to buying a house or investing not in retirement tax advantaged accounts. And of course, there's a lot that I don't know that is not those two things, but yes, everyone knows that I'm down to talk about money, and that is probably good. I think it's important to talk about money. I think we can all agree that we should talk about money more often, and we should be like encouraging more financial literacy. But sometimes I'm like, so what is your like retirement account invested in? Or like, what kind of retirement account are you doing? Or, oh, you're freelance? Do you have a f.i.r.e? Like, I sometimes can be a little nosy. I think it's usually okay, but sometimes it's a good habit, sometimes it's a bad habit. So yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to Jackie and Dawn from Jackie Collins channel and Sensible Living with Money Mom for letting me be part of the collaboration. I will copy and paste their list of links below so you can check out everyone else who did the collaboration in addition to Jackie and Dawn and myself. And if you're coming over from any of those channels, thanks so much for visiting. Please hit subscribe, and I will talk to you later. See ya.